Hey guys, it is your girl Melissa and I am back with another video. Yes. I have been away from YouTube for a minute and I'm back. And I had to get myself together. Sometimes you have to make shifts in your life and in your business in order to be able to make yourself feel happy, feel whole again. So I'm back doing what I enjoy doing. And I'm going to show you guys some quick edits, photos. We're going to be editing some of my old photos from back in the day. If you're not familiar, I am a graphic designer and a photographer based here in Atlanta, Georgia. So I work with a lot of different businesses to help them launch brands and products so that way they can have eyes on their stuff. So I decided, you know what? Let me go back in time and let's edit some photos from way back in the day, which is what we're going to do in today's video. So I have a photo that I took probably maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And we're going to go and we're going to edit because I've gotten so much better with my editing. So here's one of the photos that we're going to be editing here. So we're going to go find the raw photo for this. So as you guys can see, it's a lot of orange, yellows, greens. It's the model doesn't stand out. She's supposed to be the subject. She doesn't stand out. So we're going to go and we're going to find the original and we're going to make her pop even more. So let's go and find those photos. And we're gonna edit that today. We're gonna open this up in Camera Raw. I use Lightroom a lot, but I've been getting really more familiar with Adobe Photoshop because I use it in the past just to crop photos and do this and that, but I wanna get a little bit more into using it on a consistent basis because I wanna do photography. So here's a photo. I think this is the photo that we had, or maybe not. I think the previous one. I think this is the image here. So as you guys can see, we're gonna go ahead and open this up in Camera Raw. And as you guys can see, it is very yellowish, greenish. It's not in focus. This was shot on using the Canon Rebel T5i using a 50mm lens. I've gotten so much better now, guys. So I have an 85mm lens. I have a 24mm lens. And I'm thinking about ordering the 24 to 70 camera lens, but that's a lot of money, so I need to book some shoots. But we're gonna go ahead and get into editing this video. Again, we're opening this up in Camera Raw, which is kind of has a similar layout profile that Lightroom has. And what I'm going to go in here is adjust the profile, and we're going to set it to the camera profile. So I'm just going to go in down to camera matching, and I'm just going to set it to standard. And this is pretty much how I start off all of my photos, by changing the camera profile. You can do that too if you like. The white balance, I'm just going to leave it as is with daylight. So I'm not going to too much worry about any of these settings right now. What I'm going to do is just go in. As you guys can see, this photo has been tweaked. So let's see what we can do. We're just going to bring down these highlights because I can see I've already been in here probably years ago messing around with some things. But what we're going to do, we brought the highlights down. We're bringing the whites down as well. I brought the clarity up. Yeah, we'll keep the clarity where it is. Dehaze, we're going to keep that where it is. We're going to take my vibrance down a little bit, but we're going to bring up the saturation on this photo. And because I brought the contrast in, I think we're just going to leave it where it was. And let's go into the HLS, the hue, saturation, and luminance adjustments. And what we're going to do is fiddle around with her skin. She has yellows in her skin, so what we're going to do is kind of mute that a little bit. Let's see, I'm moving the slider. Actually, let me just go to the saturation here. Let me just bring that down so that way we can have that wood. So that way she can be the center of attention. But the yellow in her skin is really irritating me. However, let's see what we can do with the orange and maybe kind of bring that down a little bit. Let's go into the hue and let's kind of move that over to the yellow-ish a little bit. Let's see. Now maybe I just might not need to do too much of an adjustment with the skin. And I kind of want to get the yellow out. And I do want to bring that highlight down a little bit more. Let's see. I kind of want to get the skin tone to be perfect. So let's go to the before and after so that way you guys can see, and that way I can see what I'm adjusting as well. You may hear my son in the background because he's very loud. Extremely loud, y'all. I'm not sure if you can hear him, but you may or may not while he's playing a video game. So let's see. We're gonna Let's see. Simply just gonna bring the oranges down, the hue of the orange down a little bit towards the red side. And then we're gonna take the greens. So we're back on the saturation again. I'm gonna take the greens. I'm gonna bring them down. No, just gonna bring them down slightly. And the luminance. I kind of want it to be like a dark green. As you guys can see the whole difference of the photo, you can see like the whites are beginning to pop a little bit more. Her skin is beginning to come out a little bit more. She's beginning to stand out in the photo. She's not getting lost in the overall picture, as you guys can see. So I'm just gonna leave that there. And what I'm gonna do is go to split toning, and I'm gonna take the saturation down. I know it looks really ugly, but it's gonna help me to be able to gauge where I need to make further adjustments. And I always like to take, when I'm working with the hue, when I'm going into like the highlights, I always like to go to the blue. That's pretty much like my sweet spot that I enjoy going to. And then I bring down the saturation a little bit as well. And as you guys can see, like the white, like you can see like her shirt is popping up a little bit more. It's becoming a little bit more white. So we're gonna do the same thing with the shadows. We're gonna take the saturation in, go over to the blue, and we're just gonna come in. So that way that shirt is actually popping. It's not like completely white, but hey, it is where we're gonna get it. And I could go in, but no, we're just gonna bring down the white. So we're gonna bring, let's see, the exposure in. Let's see, it's maybe here. The contrast, I don't know, I should make it a little dull and have like that faded look, which I think will look nice. And we're bringing in the blacks so that can pop a little bit. Crush those blacks, y'all. Crush them, crush them, crush them. So overall, I am okay with where we are with the photo. I don't want any green. Let's see. Do we want to do anything with the collaboration here? Calibration, I mean. Let's see. See if we move it over to the blue, what happened? Because it does kind of change the skin a little bit. I like how it's making her pop a little bit more if we move it over, the blues over a little bit more. Let's see what happens when we do the adjustment. I do like what it's doing with her skin. We're gonna leave the green. Yeah, we want the greens to be kind of like that dark green. And as you guys see the difference here, like everything was like so yellow, now she's coming to life. So I'm okay with where we are. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up in Photoshop. And I downloaded this preset, not preset, but this Photoshop Actions by Andre Designs. He's a YouTuber here. And I love watching his tutorials. It has helped me in so many ways. And Andre, if you ever find this video and you come across it, thank you so much for, you know, just bringing these tutorials each and every week. I enjoy your videos and I've learned a lot from you. Like, I truly have. Because there's not many, I haven't found like a lot of YouTubers, like online photographers that use YouTube to do tutorials to explain how editing black skin, like, it's not the same as editing like a fair complexion. It's totally different. But thank you, Andre. Okay, so back into Photoshop here. So these are the actions that I downloaded from him, and then I have a few other actions here that I downloaded as well. Now what we're gonna do is gonna make a copy of the layer. I'm just gonna turn this off, and what we're gonna do is go to frequency separation here. And what frequency separation does, you can separate, pretty much having an option to be able to take away like any type of blemishes, smoothing out the skin. So it kind of just separates the photos so that way you're able to work in layers. And what we're gonna do, because her skin is already nice and she just has a nice complexion, we're gonna go to the low and we're just gonna go to the mixer brush. And my mixer brush is basically hide under my other tools, y'all, for some odd reason. But typically in a perfect world, you can just basically just click and it will give you the option for additional brushes if you just click on your brush tool. But for me, it's a little bit different. I don't know why it doesn't work the way that it works for everybody else. And basically what I have selected here is My wet is set at 4%. You can do like 2%, 4%. You do whatever you feel is comfortable to you. My mix is set at 89%. And all it's doing is just mixing different colors to be able to soften and even out the skin. And I'm just kind of being very subtle with how I'm doing this. And I'm just going into like the light areas of her face and kind of smoothing those areas out first. And then we're gonna go into the darker tones, like into the shadows that you see in her skin and forehead. And we're just gonna go and just even out, make everything all nice and smooth. And what we're gonna just zoom in because girl, why are you trying to do this? And you can't see exactly what you're doing. All right, so let's go back to the mixer brush and go back to the low frequency layer. I'm gonna show you guys in a second what this is going to look like. So what I'm doing is simply clicking on, holding down the, I'm on a Mac, so I'm clicking on the option key or alt on a PC and just clicking on the eye and just going before. I mean, this is the after and before. So you can see like the difference this is making in the skin. So we're just gonna go over these areas. And if this was like a paying client, guys, again, this is quick edits. I would take a little bit more time, but I kind of just wanted to go in and show you, you know, my editing technique in terms of how I edit photos, because it has drastically changed from the very beginning. Okay, because oh my god, it was awful. So I'm gonna go into color correction and I'm gonna go to my brush tool, and it's already set up on a soft round brush. And I'm just gonna go in and just kind of like go over her skin, very subtle. So we can even out the skin a little bit in terms of like the colors. Not sure if it's doing a whole lot, but it's kind of helping in certain areas. Now that we have that done, what I'm gonna do next, I do see a little bit of green in her skin that's kind of irritating me just a little bit. And we're just gonna go up to color balance. Let me see if I add more blue. Just a little bit. To the shadows and change them. Let's go to the highlights. I'm gonna change that as well. Alright, so I'm liking where we've gotten with this photo. Again, this is just a quick little tutorial where I started into where your girl is at now. So if I was to go ahead and crop this for Instagram, just do it like a 4x5. Let's see. Where would I want? I'll probably just crop it here and we can call it a day. So let's go back to the original photo. Actually, let's see if we can pull that up here. Oh my god, where is the photo, y'all? Like, where is it? Alright. So I'm gonna bring this in. can see the difference. As you guys can see, I mean, a huge difference, guys. Like, this is superb. Okay, if you guys like what you saw, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when your girl's gonna be posting videos, because I'm gonna be doing this on a weekly basis now, because I want to share my knowledge with you guys. I just want to show you my progress, how I were when I started as a photographer, where I was at and where I'm at now. Everything takes time. You have to build your skills. You'll get there. I got there. There's still a whole lot more for me to learn. So as you guys can see with this photo, she's standing out a little bit more. She's not fading into the background. She's not, it's just basically, it's a whole new photo, and I'm so happy, y'all. So until then, guys, I will see you when I see you.